When you were young, you were the king of carrot flowers, and how you built the tower tumbling through the trees in holy rattlesnakes that fell all around your feet. And when we were young, we did this Johnny Domino stuff, which is what this are.
Hello, Giles.
Hello, Steve.
Hey, shall we try and do something professional? Because we're recording this at the end of December, but it's not going to come out until the new year. So to be all professional and prepared and look like we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, Giles.
Happy New Year.
You see, it's not actually New Year, but when it comes out, it will be the New Year.
But the thing is, right?
Yeah.
Last episode, you told me off for talking about Christmas. Saying, "Oh, it dates it. It dates it."
Exactly. That's what I sound like. Yeah.
Yeah, it dates it. But now you've put a pin through this episode and made it about the New Year. So there you go. You're a hypocrite.
I am a hypocrite. I am nothing if not a hypocrite. Thank you for joining us for another episode of this podcast where me and my brother just argue about stuff in a really annoying fashion, which is why our partners don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Because they hear it all the time.
What's it like having a partner that supports you? I don't know.
I'm being supported. I'm being allowed to do this.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Bit of Neutral Milk Hotel there.
Excellent. I wouldn't say that that's my favourite album of all time, but to paraphrase Brian Clough, it's definitely in the top one.
I've got a hot take for you.
Go.
It's a really good album.
It's a great album. That's news for everybody listening to this.
In an Airplane Over the Sea by Neutral Milk Hotel is a really good album. That's my hot take.
Wow.
You were telling me the other day that something about their early album. There was an interesting fact.
The interesting fact that I learnt in 2023 was that the cover of On Avery Island, the first album by Neutral Milk Hotel, has a picture of Nottingham Market Square.
Yeah.
So that's Neutral Milk Hotel, part of the Elephant Six Collective, who recorded music in a very lo-fi style in Athens, Georgia, in America.
Are you reading that?
No, it's all off the top of my dome.
That's amazing.
I'm freestyling. But they, for some reason, included a picture of Nottingham Market Square.
Yeah.
From the 19th century.
That's amazing. It blew me away. I had to go and check it, and it's actually real.
It's fact, isn't it?
Yeah, I went away and checked that. And well, according to the internet, it's real.
Yeah. The other interesting thing we talked about with Neutral Milk Hotel is that our friend Tom Cox, who appeared on a previous episode, talking about the song New Pink Shirt, we were hanging out with him, he was really very supportive of our music. And he had the idea he was going to do a split single featuring New Pink Shirt by Johnny Domino on one side and Song Against Sex by Neutral Milk Hotel, taken from the album On Avery Island.
Could that have actually happened?
He was definitely talking about it. He was banging to all the Elephant Six stuff.
Yeah. I
remember he did as a tape, you know how everybody gave all their tapes wacky names? Yeah. He did a compilation tape of a band called The Minders. And it was called Mind How You Go with the Minders.
Nice. I don't remember that. I mean, it would have been pretty good. To be a footnote in the Neutral Milk Hotel story, wouldn't it? It would have been pretty good.
I think being a footnote in that story is pretty much all we ever wanted.
Yeah, but we didn't manage it. So now we're talking about a conversation which somebody said we might have.
Yeah.
Let's get on. Let's get on.
In the previous episode of the podcast, my brother Giles trailed the fact that in this episode, we will be talking about the mythical, non-existent compilation tape So Far. That is the best of Johnny Domino and our home recordings. And that is what we're going to be doing. We're trying to come up with a track listing for it from the songs that we selected at the end of each episode.
That's right. This is a special episode of the This Are Johnny Domino podcast. It's like a review episode, really.
Yeah.
So if you're a first-time listener, then maybe this is not a good one to start off with. Maybe go back and listen to some of the earlier episodes, because we're just going to be talking about songs that we played before, probably a lot. But if you've listened to some of the earlier episodes, then, carry on. You have my permission.
You might dig it.
When we first started off the podcast, I think I coined the phrase purely theoretical best of mixtape.
Yeah.
And at the moment, it does still remain purely theoretical. However, I don't know. Do you think maybe it might not be purely theoretical at some point?
Well, we've kind of started believing our own press, and a bit of hubris, and maybe a bit of ego has come into play a little bit.
I disagree with all of these words.
Okay, all right. But
I think you can keep saying them if you like.
Okay. However, we have started talking about potentially releasing the purely theoretical compilation tape in some sort of way online on Spotify and various other internet places. Not a physical product, but putting out volume 1 of the best of This Are Johnny Domino.
It could be a physical product.
It will consist of all the songs that we have chosen to be the best of in each episode. Now, one thing that we have learned through doing this podcast is that we have a lot of very opinionated friends and listeners, because frequently we've had people getting in touch saying, you chose the wrong song.
I think it's good that people have got an opinion.
Yeah, it's good that people are listening for a start.
I want them to share that.
Yeah.
And, I have opinions about music and stuff, and that's why we're doing the podcast.
Yeah.
But, so you don't think it will be an actual tape ever?
We had a look the other day at the prices of cassette duplication.
Yeah.
And it's quite expensive.
Pretty expensive.
And I don't own a tape deck. Do you?
I know, but it would be nice, wouldn't it? It'd be nice to make a little tape and like have a little inlay. It would look like a good thing.
Okay.
I don't know. This is only volume 1 as well.
It's volume 1.
Because we haven't come to the end of the podcast, as far as we know.
Well, from the songs that we've selected so far, the tape would be an hour long.
Yeah, which would be a C60.
2 sides of a C60 tape. And I know from my nerdish behaviour that purely the recordings done by Johnny Domino, we've got about 10 hours of it. Now, that's just Johnny Domino.
I think you need to edit that out, because that's giving people too much information. I think they're going to get scared.
Okay. I'll edit that out. I might leave it in, though, because I quite like the fact that you don't want people to get scared.
No, they're going to get scared. That's too much of someone's life.
What I'm saying is we've barely just scratched the surface of what we've got.
Yeah, I know, but when we get to the end, it's going to get pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know, though. I mean, we're not just playing the good stuff. I mean, looking at the stuff that we've played so far in episodes, we haven't like just selected the best songs we ever did.
No,
we've gone for a kind of a good cross section of shit.
Yes. Right? I'm thinking in particular of the song "Bring a Friend," which has the best chorus ever.
Yeah, I'm going to hear that one again. I'm going to try and get that in another episode again. But did we not record any more versions of that?
No, just the one. That was enough.
Okay. So yeah, this is going to be a weird episode. And we're going to be discussing the track order.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's going to be a tape, so it's going to have 2 sides. And we're going to maybe listen to a few songs again, maybe, or we're going to listen to a few songs. And that's it, really. And then by the end of this, we're going to hopefully have decided on the order of the tape and eventually be able to maybe put it on Spotify or something, so that people could listen to This Are Johnny Domino Volume 1.
Yes.
Which is cool, because when we started this, we didn't really think, but we didn't really have an idea what we were going to do, really. No. So at least it's getting to some kind of a point.
Some kind of point.
And I don't like the word hubris.
Okay. Well,
I'm just going to drink my green tea, and I'm going to think about the fact that you think we're full of hubris.
I don't know. It's just the fact that it was purely theoretical, and now it's turning into an actual thing.
Yeah, but people don't have to listen to it.
No. Well, that is the story of our life. People don't have to listen to it.
Hey, that could be our little tagline. We've also got to think about the cover as well.
Well, that's your bag.
What's going to go on the cover? We need some artwork. I'm going to write down, people don't have to listen to it. That might go on the front cover as well.
Yes, people don't have to listen to it, but we have to create it.
Listen to it. There you go. Right. Okay, I'm working on a design while we're making this episode. Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm going to do a drawing.
Nice.
Okay, so first side of the tape.
Yes.
Right? Okay, now in preparation for this, we've decided that you are going to organise the first side. Just in an arbitrary manner, we decided that you're going to do that. And you have Bagsied some songs. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And you've got an idea of the order, right?
Yes.
So should we start off with side one? And it's important, isn't it? Side one of a tape. Yeah. Track one, definitely. Yeah. This is going to be important. You need something good.
Yes.
Are we going to have any quotes on this tape?
No. Unless they're part of the song. That
was the thing that you were really good at, though. You used to always put really good quotes on the tapes that you made.
Yeah, bits of dialogue from TV and rubbish films and things.
It was really good. You had some great ones from like Plan 9 from Outer Space, and
there's a lot of Russ Meyer films and
from Russ Meyer films. I want to hear some of them again. Have you still got the tape?
I've still got the tapes.
I think you need to get off your arse and digitize some of that.
I've still got the tapes, but I don't have a tape deck.
Oh, I'm going to buy you one. When I get paid, because I've got literally no money. Because it's the new year.
Yeah. And you're dating the podcast right now. Anyway, track one, side one. I've gone back and forth over this. And as you say, I've Bagsied some songs. And I think I've left you a lot of good ones for side two.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Now, track one, side one, I've gone for the artist.
Hello? I've got a lot to say, but not much time. Squeezing it out of my head. But after that, well, not much happens. Don't want to talk small. Don't want to talk big. Don't want to talk at all. Just want to sit and think about how I just messed everything up. Maybe I'll have another. I did it on my own.
There you go.
Yeah, and now the reason I chose that one is I remember that when we did start doing gigs as a proper band, we would frequently start with a version of that. And as was pointed out to me by a friend of mine, if we're being completist, and God forbid we're going to be completist about this whole podcast thing, but there are other versions of some of the songs that we've talked about. Sometimes we've mentioned them, but one that we didn't mention was we did record a full band version of that song, The Artist.
The Artist.
Let's have a quick listen to it, shall we?
Go on then.
Hello? I've got a lot to say, but not much time. Squeezing it out of my head. But after that, well, not much happens. Don't want to talk small. Don't want to talk big. Don't want to talk at all. Just want to sit and think about how I just messed everything up. Maybe I'll have another.
Why did you just turn it off? I was getting into that.
Oh, I just don't like that version at all.
I was quite liking it. I like the bass is nice and bouncy. I like the fact it's everybody.
That's Elston on bass.
Yeah, a bit of Elston on bass, right?
Yeah.
A bit of Jim singing there. It was nice. I don't know. I think one thing about the volume 2 of This Old Johnny Domino podcast, I think we're gonna get into some more of the album stuff. Man, we've got to get into some of the old album stuff.
Yeah,
because I haven't listened to that for a while.
No, well, I've got some ideas of some songs that I definitely want to talk about.
Yeah. So the latest stuff. Yeah, we've got like It's Not Just Me and You.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I didn't mind that, but more than didn't mind it. I actually liked that version. I want to hear a bit more of it though, Steve.
About how I just messed everything up. Maybe I'll have another. I did it on my own. I'm just a lonely boy who's fully grown and not alone. Why don't you smile, you moan? But you can't see I'm running out of paint. Don't want to talk small, don't want to talk big, don't want to talk at all. Just want to sit and think about how I just messed everything up. Maybe I'll have another. Don't want to talk small, don't want to talk at all. Just want to sit and think about how I fucked up everything. Maybe I'll have another.
Sweary. Oh, why did we do that?
I don't know. You see, we added a little bit.
Was that a production choice?
That was a production choice. I don't know why at all.
I don't know.
You see, that's just ruined it for you, hasn't it?
Well, I'd get rid of that end bit.
Yeah.
But I liked it. The only thing that stopped that maybe there's a bit of hubris here.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
That's making me not want to put that track 1, side 1 of volume 1 of the Johnny Domino best of compilation is that I was kind of liking the fact that it starts off with going, hello, right? Yeah. And on the original version, I am the person who says hello. Yes. But on that version, Jim is the person who says hello. And this part of me wants to be the person who says hello at the start of the tape.
Well, I think that's good.
I don't know whether that's good or not. That's just me being overly proud of.
I think you should. You should be proud. You should be proud.
I'm puffing my chest out.
I think you should be proud. It's a good thing. We liked that song.
I wasn't thinking it was a good first track, actually, but I'm kind of warming to it and going for the original version. The only thing that sort of puts me off putting the original version as the first track is it is a little bit Jake Thackeray.
Well, the reason I had trouble coming up with the track listing for this tape is because it is all over the place.
No.
There's no real through line between them other than the fact that it was recorded by us.
No. So we've got to start off with something.
You got to start off with something. It might as well be something where you say hello at the start.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to sign off on that.
Okay.
We're not going to do this for every single track because this is going to be a very long podcast.
No, we can't do it.
But yeah. Okay. But yeah, we'll go with that as track 1, side 1.
Yeah.
The Artist.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
And then track 2 would be, I mean, geez, we've been going 25 minutes already.
It's all right. People like podcasts are meant to go on for a long time. People just have it on in the background. They'll walk away and then come back and we're still talking.
We'll still be wanging on.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just like part of the ambience, right? Okay. You know, maybe they're on a long car journey.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes. And if you're on a long car journey, please remember to take frequent breaks and be safe.
Yeah.
And when the fun stops, stop.
Yeah, do it.
That's a gambling message.
Yeah.
Anyway, can I go on to track 2?
Yeah, go on. Track 2.
My track 2 is New Pink Shirt.
Okay.
Because I'd like to have a couple of really good songs at the start to grab people.
Yeah. And I think it was a song that was pivotal It was pivotal in the history of the Johnny Domino band.
Yes.
Do you think, maybe?
I just think it was a good one, and we had a whole story in, gosh, what episode was it? Give me a second. It was episode 5, which is going all the way back. But that was the one where we talked about our friend Tom and him introducing our music to the Delgados, and we had that whole story of supporting them. So, yes, it was quite pivotal. But as we discussed at the time, it was a song that everybody liked. So we stopped playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did.
We stopped writing songs like that for a long time.
Yeah. But again, this has got an alternate version.
Yes.
Which I think we should listen to, because we didn't listen to it on the podcast a few months ago.
I inserted it into the final mix, but...
Yeah, I know, but we didn't really listen to it, and I was listening to it again. I listened to it again the other day, with fresh ears.
Yes,
and I think there's something good about the second version of this. Okay. I like it, so we should listen to it. It's got, I think it's got really good bass sound.
Yeah,
it's like got one of the best bass sounds we ever recorded, I would say.
Okay,
actually. On this track, but there is one thing I would get rid of, which would be the counting, the drum machine counting. Which, why did we keep it in? Why?
Because we were recording it live. There was no way to remove it.
I hate it.
Yeah, well, we recorded this version in the bakery, which was Cable's practice space. So we had various things were going through the PA, including the vocals and the half of the drum machine track. The other half was going through a keyboard amp, and then Mark's stuff was going through his guitar amp, my stuff was going through a guitar amp, and you were going through a bass amp. So we were recording in a room, and there was no way we'd have been able to come in on the offbeat without the click, and there's no way to remove it on the 4-track. And it is particularly irritating.
Oh man, if anybody out there has got like some kind of technology that can remove the counting at the start of this track, like some sort of AI type technology, just do it for us, please. Just do it.
We could find true happiness if you would only lend us your bass and maybe give us some money. Here is my brother, don't you trust his face? I've got a shirt, got a new pink shirt, sick of that old shit. I've thrown it away. I've got a shirt, got a new pink shirt, sick of that old shit. I've thrown it away. Now you are nouveau deviant. You'd sell me out for a little bag of grass. We could have been diplomats. We could have arranged the Ferrero Rocher in my shirt, in my new pink shirt. Sick of that old shit. I've thrown it away. I've got a shirt, got a new pink shirt. Sick of that old shit. I've thrown it away. I've thrown it away. I've thrown it away.
I really don't like that version.
I think your reaction is too strong. What is that you don't like about it?
I don't think it right, this is going to sound incredibly pretentious, but then here we are. It doesn't swing. With the drum machine, it's so rigid, and there's no dynamics to it in the same sort of way. Although we have got the bass guitar and Mark doubling the bass guitar on the electric and me playing my regular guitar bit on it.
I don't know. I think it's just got different dynamics.
I think it's flat. I think it's really flat, and I don't think the recording helps it. Maybe if we recorded it on the 8-track when we got it, we could have made it pop a little bit, but I just think it's all a bit dreary.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I knew you were never going to include that version instead of the first version, because I know you're pretty keen on the first version. But I think we sounded pretty good. I liked that iteration of the band, and I liked that. Quite like that arrangement.
Yeah,
I like the different guitars and the bass. And I don't know, man. I mean, I used to have a thing about the drum machine and kind of like I used to kind of like hate the drum machine a bit and sort of like, I wish we had a drummer. But actually, I don't know. I don't mind the drum machine. I quite like the drum. I quite like the kind of the regularity of it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's, you know, there are bands that use drum machine that do swing.
I just don't think it did.
But not everything you don't have to. I don't know. I can't think of a piece of music that doesn't swing that I like. There's lots of music that doesn't swing that I like.
Yeah, but I don't think this is going on way too long. This is going to be an absolute pig to edit at the moment.
You're thinking about it too much?
Well, we're talking about it too much. We're on track 2. Right?
Yeah.
We've been going for half an hour.
Yeah. Well, maybe the rest of the rest of the podcast is going to be like really quick. Maybe we're not going to have that much to talk about on the rest of them. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, because at least we've got something to say about these ones.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing a good drawing for the front cover.
Excellent. That's good. My problem with that song, we probably won't agree. But I did that version of the song. I think the bass guitar is unnecessary to the song. I think it's too. Now this is going to sound even more pretentious than swing.
Go on, then. It's all, look. I think it's fine to be pretentious. Go.
Okay. I think it's too masculine. As a full band iteration, it's too masculine.
Don't be scared of your masculinity, man.
I'm not scared of my masculinity. It just seems it's a bit obvious in a way.
It's the Andrew Tate version.
I wouldn't quite get that far, but I just think it's a bit obvious, and that's my problem with it. And I think the recording is quite dull, and that click is really irritating. The
click is annoying,
super annoying.
If someone can get rid of that click, that'd be amazing.
I'm sure that'd be easy.
Do it. I don't know. That would solve it for me. I like the masculinity of the song, and I quite like the irony of the fact that it's a song which is at least partly about not having a bass. Yeah, and on that version, the bass is my favourite instrument on it. So there you go.
Yes.
But yeah, I think, all right, we'll go with that as the second track.
Okay.
But probably not that version.
If I'm putting it together, it's definitely not that version.
All right, okay. Probably not. We'll go for the swinging version.
Yes, the swinging version. The swinging version that people like, as opposed to the masculine version that no one likes.
I don't know. I think people do. I think you will find that some people like that version.
Anyway, can we zip through the rest of side 1?
Yeah, go.
Okay. Next is Home Music is Killing Taping.
No, that's bad. It's too early for that.
Okay. Track 4 would be Whack.
Okay.
Track 5 would be Got It Easy.
Yep.
Track 6 would be The One That Time Forgot by the Elvis Impersonators.
Nice.
Which is from the episode where we couldn't pick a winner. And in the poll and the comments on the podcast and in various places, it was a dead heat between that song and none of them. So because of that, we've said, well, that song. Then after that, it would be Say Something, then Reaching for a Reason by Jimmy Dorito, and then ending on The Last Mod.
Nice.
That's the end of side 1.
I think that's a good ending track for side 1.
Okay.
I like that because it's got kind of leaves them on a sort of a slightly pensive, thoughtful note.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's side one. But you have a problem with the positioning of Home Music is Killing too.
Yeah. It's too late. It's like a wacky song. It's a wacky song. It's too early for a wacky song.
Okay.
I think we put that one down before Reaching for a Reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they're both about home recording.
Yeah.
That's the home recording section of the tape.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Is that all right?
Yeah, I can dig that. That's cool. That's side one.
Side one. Complete. Side two.
And this is your side of the tape.
I've been given the responsibility for the track order for this side.
Bring us home.
So I'm going to start off with Vision Cube.
From the first episode.
I think it's a strong opener.
Whatever your job is, you can help by making sure you understand the vision and then by applying it to what you do. Keep your vision cube handy to remind you what the vision is about. Now look, we've been waiting for the weekend all week long. Hey, look out, there goes another one. Walk around looking for something that I won't ever find. And now my nerves are burning bright.
Bit upbeat.
Yeah.
Then Europop.
Nice.
Then we're going to go with Reader and the Poster Girl, which is a favourite of mine.
Yeah.
But good position for it, I think. Then we're going to go a bit of a fun track. We're going to go with Potential Bong.
A fun track. Well, recorded on the old 4-track that didn't work properly. Didn't even have 4 tracks.
Bit of a sing along with our friends.
Beautiful.
An old folk song. And then we're going to go a bit of a gear shift to Max.
Yeah.
Which is like the full band version of Johnny Domino.
Recording on an 8-track. So it sounds professional.
Eating tofu, sipping tonic, getting off on electronic. You're too straight to play the spoons.
A reminiscence on the gig with Mick Artistic in Leeds. And then we've got No Lizard King, where you allow the hippie to come out.
Yeah.
Then 4x4.
Yeah.
Which we picked on the episode with our friend Dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a song about riding around in his Land Rover.
Yeah. And he liked that one in particular because it sounded like a lumbering Land Rover.
Yeah. And it was a bit of a controversial choice for some people because they wanted us on that episode to pick the Jimmy Dorito song, Reap the Wind.
Yeah.
Which is a good one, but we went for this. But there is an alternate version of this.
Yeah. Which is not as lumbering. Well, it's not even slightly lumbering. It's not. It's quite limber. And it sounds like it's being sung around a campfire.
It does a bit. It reminds me of a band like Gomez or something.
Don't talk to me about Gomez. Don't talk to me about Gomez. You know how I feel about Gomez.
I might have found a stick to prod you with here.
You've opened an old wound. Yes, I suppose out of any of our songs, this is the one that sounds the most like Gomez.
Is it?
Yes. But the real reason I hate Gomez is that, A, one of the band members is from Derbyshire.
So why do you hate them for that?
I'm getting onto it. Reason 2 is they won a Mercury Music Prize
Yeah.
for their first album.
Yeah.
A lot of which was recorded on a 4-track tape recorder.
Okay.
And
You don't hate them because of that.
well, I don't like the music anyway. But
yeah.
They got our Mercury Prize. That's our Mercury Prize. We should have won it.
Is it?
I mean, we didn't release anything, but that's our Mercury Prize. We was robbed.
Yeah, right, okay, whatever. Yeah, but so yeah, I don't know. I think this version is quite good actually. If you remember the earlier version, it's got the very sloppy drumming.
Yes,
and is it me playing the guitar on it?
On which version?
On the first version, on the one that got onto the mixtape.
On that one, you're playing the low guitar.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the high guitar.
So it's got me kind of twanging along on the low guitar, doing the bassy kind of sound.
Yeah.
And this version, we've cleaned it up.
Yeah.
And I think you're doing the guitars on it.
I'm doing all of it.
And it's got a drum machine, right?
Yeah.
And is it just me singing on it?
No, we're both singing.
Okay. But it's got some quite nice singing on it, I think. And I really liked it. I was listening to this the other day, and I was thinking, God, this is great. This is really good. Oh, I've discovered something good in the back catalogue, in the tape mounting that perhaps I haven't heard for ages. And actually, it's a little gem. It's really good. And then it gets about halfway through and it kind of falls to bits. And
it's just boring. Yeah.
It's just like, oh my God, get on with it.
Yeah.
You kind of it's the equivalent of like somebody like running with the ball from like the edge of the penalty area and then getting 3/4 of the way across the pitch.
Yeah.
Past all the defenders and then literally just falling over.
I'm loving the sporting metaphor.
I know. It's pretty good, isn't it? I'm experimenting with that.
That was definitely an experiment for you to talk about sport.
Yeah, I might do some stuff about tennis next.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. You know what the thing about Gomez, though, right?
Yeah.
You got to remember that they didn't have a conversation with the published author, Tom Cox, about possibly doing a split single with Neutral Milk Hotel. You know, so screw them.
So who's the winner?
Screw them.
Who's the real winner?
Yeah. Exactly.
Gomez stole my Mercury.
Yeah.
You can never take my vehicle away from me. Mary's not been round for a while, and it doesn't smell the same. I wrote a song in my head last night, and it sounded alright. I wrote a song in my head last night, and it sounded alright. I am keeping up right on a slope. This is the biggest deal you will ever make. So get it right. Don't give me your time. In faking up mine.
This is where it gets flat, isn't it?
I don't mind that bit. It's this bit.
This is awful.
So I just walked out of the room there.
No, I hate this. I'm not having this on. I'm not having this on the podcast because it's shit.
What do you mean you're not having it on the podcast?
No, 'cause
It's
it's
on the
awful.
podcast, man.
It's my awful guitar playing.
You're not taking it off.
I'm taking it off. I've got the edit. It's fine.
This small town's most hardcore. Big dinner 4x4. This small town's most hardcore. I am keeping up right on it.
It's really flat here as well.
The biggest deal you will ever make. So get it right.
And some of the electric guitar playing at the end sounds like something off the second Stone Roses album.
That is gold. That's podcast gold, that is.
That's bloody awful.
Yeah. In fact, did we record that around the same time as Bring a Friend?
No, yeah, it's from the same batch of songs.
Yeah, exactly. You were definitely going for that guitar thing at that time, weren't you?
Not necessarily, because it's from the same batch of songs as New Pink Shirt.
Mm.
And Drunken Master, you know.
I don't think it was that bad. I quite liked it. Apart from the middle section where it all kind of goes a bit like we've run out of ideas.
We've definitely run out of ideas.
But I like the singing. I think the singing's good, and it's got a nice. There's good bits in it, and there were good ideas in it.
Mm.
It just didn't quite. We didn't really work on it hard enough. We didn't put enough effort in there. I think I'm going to give us a minus score for efforts. But we are going to keep the original version of 4x4, which is got a bit more charm to it, I think. Probably.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And then after 4x4, back to the track listing.
Yeah.
I did enjoy your reaction to that. That was fun. 4x4 was track 7, I think, on that side. So two more tracks on that side. And then you've got Drunken Master, which we're not going to argue about because we both like that one.
Yeah.
And then ending the tape with a bit of sincerity and genuine emotion with Music of a Golden Age.
I've been lying on the grass with the world on my back and the shooting stars, they shoot across my eyes. I've been looking at the sky, thinking hard about should I shoot or pass? Should I shoot or pass? I've been lying on the grass since I lost the match. I've been looking at the sky. I'm a sky kind of guy.
Yeah, so you on a journey through the irony and through the kind of fun tracks.
Yeah.
And then end with something that's a bit more heartfelt. I think that's a good way to end.
You see, I wouldn't have chosen something so sincere for the last song.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably have had Music of a Golden Age as the penultimate track,
right?
And then end with Europop, just to undercut the sincerity, because you know it's like the Velvet Underground third album. You've got the murder mystery, and then you've got After Hours. Just a cute little song to finish it off, so you're not left reeling from this like 8-minute emotional workout.
I'm thinking more loaded, you see.
Okay, you're ending on Oh Sweet Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay,
there you go.
Let's end with sincerity. Let's keep it sincere.
Yeah. Are you all right with that then? We're not going. We're happy with the track listing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we that's it. So we've done it. Well done, Steve.
Thank you. Yes,
we've achieved a track listing for the best of this or best of Johnny Domino. Is it the best of this or Johnny Domino or the best of Johnny Domino?
I think it's the best of this or Johnny Domino.
There you go. So we've got a title.
There you go.
Volume 1.
Volume 1. How many more to come?
Many more. And what's going to be on the front cover? Any ideas? What should we put on the front cover? Do you think we should just have, either a nice picture of me and you smiling? Yeah. Nice photo.
Yeah.
Or a drawing of the tape logo thing. Or none of the above. Maybe something a bit more random. like a picture of some cooling towers or a rabbit.
Well, you are the visual artist of the band.
Okay.
I think you're the art director.
Okay.
So you should really decide. I quite like the idea of having the tape logo.
Yeah.
But that's probably a bit obvious. I don't think anyone wants to see a picture of us both.
I think we go for like a really misleading cover and go for like kind of some sort of like really psychedelic Roger Dean style landscape.
Okay. You're going full gizzard.
Full gizzard.
Right.
Yeah. Go with that.
Okay, well, that's your call.
Alternatively, something that looks really like, I don't know. I mean, do you want to go down the kind of the Pavement album cover, like the kind of ripped up collage, kind of scrawled writing, which is kind of the thing that would perhaps fit it, right? It would be in keeping, wouldn't it? It would be in keeping because it would be that style of thing.
Yes.
Or a hand-drawn kind of Daniel Johnson kind of thing. See, there's so many options. Which one we're going to go for?
Why don't you do all of them?
Do all of them?
No, don't.
No. So we could combine, I've got it. I think we combine those things together. Okay. Combine the Daniel Johnston drawing with the collage with the Roger Dean. Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
And a nice picture of me and you smiling.
Oh.
There you go, that's it. So that's the end of this episode, I think. Is it, Steve? It is.
I think that'll do.
Okay. You're a bit worried that we've gone on too long, aren't you?
Yeah.
At what time are we on at the minute? What's the count?
54 minutes.
54 minutes of pure gold.
Thank you very much for listening to this rambling, possibly more rambling than normal podcast.
I don't think it is more rambling than normal.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think it's as rambling as normal.
Okay, that's good.
We're going to come back in the new year with volume 2 of this Domino and choose some more tracks. We've got more stuff to sift through.
Yeah.
From the Tape Mountain. And we still also, obviously, accepting submissions from people. Yeah. Send us some stuff. Send us some songs. Send us some old recordings. And, we may include you in the show.
Yeah.
And I've got a few more like ideas for things that we might do.
Cool.
So at the minute, we're going to keep rolling with it.
Absolutely.
And hopefully, some of you'll keep listening to it, or at least having it on in the background where you go for a long car journey or doing the washing up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you smile? Got a shirt, got a new pink. Put on your head. You can do it. I've got it easy. You are stupid. Say something, don't say that.
I am telling you, you are also...